The dog days of summer are here, and college football fans are waiting for the beginning of the upcoming season. With the wait ongoing, prior to training camp beginning in August, fans need to occupy themselves. A perfect way to occupy the time is looking ahead to the upcoming season and debating who is going to be top teams and players in the 2026 campaign. With fall camp nearing, the season will be here in no time. The 2026 season is a big one for a number of teams across the conference, especially Michigan State, who will be in Pat Fitzgerald's first season at the helm. With such a big year on the horizon, there is much riding on the signal callers of the Big Ten. The talent pool at the position group is getting better and better every year within the conference. Now, Spartans Wire is going to take our crack at ranking the quarterbacks from the Big Ten, starting at number 18 and moving all the way down to number 1. The only quarterback on this list without any experience, Hecklinski was the Hawkeyes' backup in 2025 and threw just one pass. A Wake Forest transfer, there is not a lot of pedigree with Hecklinski, but Kirk Ferentz has faith in him taking the reins. He may shine, but until he is proven, he will sit at the bottom of the list. Purdue starter in the back half of 2025, Brown has the experience, but is going to need a massive improvement in order to make the Boilermakers any sort of contender in 2026. 2025 stats: 199, 4,338, 58.9%, 2,153 yards, 9 TDs and 10 INTs. The Boston College transfer came into East Lansing last season and tore it up, looking like a big 2025 was on the horizon. Unfortunately, the year was disastrous, and the Eagles went 2-10 while Lonergan was replaced as the starter. Now, getting a chance at Rutgers, Lonergan looks poised to get one more crack at a starting gig under Greg Schiano, who is slowly feeling his seat get warmer. 2025 stats: 194, 284, 66.9%, 2025, 12 TDs and 5 INTs. It is no secret that Childs has the tools to be an outstanding quarterback in college football, but the former Spartan signal caller has to put those pieces together. Until he learns to take care of the ball and excel in his reads, it will be a struggle. Chip Kelly as his offensive coordinator at Northwestern should potentially bring a boost to Childs in 2026, but it is more of a see it to believe it situation. 2025 stats: 128, 4, 203, 63.1%, for 1,392 yards, 10 TDs and 3 INTs. After taking over the starting job from Aidan Childs, Milivojevic had Michigan State in a much more competitive spot in 2025. While locally, the success Milivojevic had is compelling heading into 2026, there is still a big jump the MSU signal caller needs to have before he is someone that will be in the top half of the conference. Playing under new offensive coordinator Nick Sheridan should bring out the best in Milivojevic and allow him to use his quick gunslinging ability. 2025 stats: 111, 4, 173, 64.2%, for 1,267 yards, 10 TDs and 3 INTs. Another Michigan State connection, Hauser left the program and joined East Carolina in 2024. In 2 years with the Pirates, Hauser was very good at the Group of 5 level. A move now to Illinois will challenge Hauser at the Big Ten level once again. 2025 stats: 269 for 408, 65.9%, 3,300 yards, 19 TDs and 6 INTs. Lindsey is heading into his second year as the Minnesota starting quarterback. As a redshirt sophomore, there is still a ton that can be improved upon, but as of now, Lindsey is what he is. A good game manager that isn't going to lose a football game, but as of now, he isn't going to win one either. A big 2026 looms ahead for the Golden Gophers signal caller. 2025 stats: 246, 4, 389, 63.2%, 2,382 yards, 18 TDs and 6 INTs. It was a promising freshman year for the former 5-star product, but still left some to be desired. The potential is there for Underwood, but being able to make multiple progressions and proper touch on the ball will go a long way in his development. 2025 stats: 202, 4, 335, 60.3%, 4 2,428 yards, 11 TDs and 9 INTs. Another freshman phenom from 2025, Washington showed flashes of dominance despite not having the best cast around him. Washington has the tools to excel into being a great quarterback in the next stage of his career. Going into 2026, all eyes will be on Washington taking the next step. 2025 stats: 273, 473, 57.7%. 2,963 yards, 17 TDs and 9 INTs. Wisconsin went and got their new quarterback, and he is certainly a dynamic player. Joseph showed the ability to beat teams with his arm and his legs. Jumping up to the Big Ten should be a much bigger challenge, but Joseph has the tools paired with the Wisconsin offensive system that should find success. 2025 stats: 173, 290, 59.7%. 2,624 yards, 21 TDs and 10 INTs. 158 attempts for 1,007 yards rushing. After finding success as a starter with Virginia, Calandria spent 2025 with UNLV, where he had a breakout season. Calandria is now taking the next step up, back to the power level in the Big Ten with Nebraska. Now he will have a chance to replicate that breakout season with the Cornhuskers. 2025 stats: 275, 417, 65.9%. For 3,459 yards, 23 TDs and 9 INTs. 127 attempts for 649 yards and 10 TDs rushing. After a high-profile transfer from Tennessee to UCLA, Iamaleava did not live up to expectations in 2025. A coaching change has occurred, and now the UCLA signal caller will look to use the momentum he got the second half of the season under new coach Bob Chesney. 2025 stats: 208, 323, 64.4%. 1,928 yards, 13 TDs and 7 INTs. Coming over from Iowa State with Matt Campbell, Becht will be leading Penn State in 2026. Having a lot of hype coming into 2025, Becht had an underwhelming year with the Cyclones. With 3 years of starting experience, Becht should bring strong stability to Happy Valley. 2025 stats: 205, 339, 60.5%. 2,584 yards, 16 TDs and 9 INTs. A true gunslinger, Maiava is the perfect quarterback for a Lincoln Riley offense, and after 1 year as the full-time starter, he is poised for a big year in 2026. After losing some big-time wide receivers, Maiava will have his hands full getting ready, but has the skills to excel. 2025 stats: 265, 403, 65.8%. 3,711 yards, 24 TDs and 10 INTs. In his first year as the starter under Jedd Fisch in Washington, Williams had a ton of success with great efficiency. Being able to complete passes at a high clip while using his legs, Williams is in line to make another big step in 2026. With more pressure and responsibility, it will be a big year for Williams. 2025 stats: 246, 354, 69.5%. 3,065 yards, 25 TDs and 8 INTs. 143 attempts for 611 yards and 6 TDs rushing. After 3 seasons leading TCU, Hoover made the move up north to the defending national champions. While a touch turnover prone, Hoover is a gunslinger, and getting toned down a touch in the Indiana offense should help his game management. It is a perfect fit between Hoover and the Hoosiers. 2025 stats: 272, 413, 65.9%. For 3,472 yards, 29 TDs and 13 INTs. It was a rocky start to his college career, but Moore really broke out in 2025 and decided to stay at Oregon for 1 more year instead of declaring for the NFL draft. With that decision, the pressure to perform has only grown for the Ducks QB, who will have to have a big year in 2026. 2025 stats: 296, 412, 71.8%. for 3,565 yards, 30 TDs and 10 INTs. Finishing fourth in the Heisman voting last year, Sayan had unbelievable numbers in 2025 and will be poised to replicate that in 2026 before being a top prospect in the NFL draft. The perfect skill set for a Ryan Day offense, Sayan will have the Buckeyes as a top contender this season. 2025 stats: 301, 4, 391, 77%. 3,610 yards, 32 TDs and 8 INTs. This article originally appeared on Spartans Wire, ranking the Big Ten's QBs from worst to first heading into 2026.